started as a social club out of Sharon, Massachusetts in 1934. And so at the time, skiing was in its infant stages, and people who were interested in going skiing formed a club and essentially got together, came up with a plan as to how they could get access to skiing on a regular basis, and weekend trips were organized out of Massachusetts where people would drive up here and go skiing.
And each year they rented a house someplace, sometimes it was New Hampton, and they would all go up for the weekend and ski out of there, and it was $1 a night for bed and meals.
What had gone on was the Civilian Conservation Corps started cutting trails in the White Mountains, and people started skiing. But it was very primitive. People didn't really have access to good ski equipment. They didn't have access to ski instruction. It was the ground floor of skiing in the United States and in the Northeast. Young people in their 20s, in late teens, that got together really to hang out together and to explore learning how to ski and going skiing. They were skiing at Proctor Mountain, Blackwater ski area, which was one of the first, rope tows, or it was a rope tow and then it was a T-bar that got put in this part of the White Mountains. So they weren't here initially, but then they did develop a home in Waterville, probably in the late 30s or after World War II.
They were able to cut a trail, permission from the Forest Service. Hossman had the permits, and they cut a trail called the Tecumseh Trail, and it started up where the present patrol building is, and there's parts of it left, and it came all the way down, and a lot of the races ended in the wide area at the bottom for free, and from there, though, there was a cat road down to the valley, and they could ski down to the valley. It's the present cat road that goes down and services the cross-country trails in the valley.
The ski club and Doc Sossman had the rights to conduct racing and do skiing on the old Tecumseh Trail on Mount Tecumseh. So when Tom Cochran came along and wanted to develop the Waterville Valley ski area, he needed to make a deal with BBTS to get access to their rights to cut the trails and create a ski area here. And in return for giving up the rights to ski on Mount Tecumseh, BBTS became the exclusive snow sports club for this ski area. BBTS in '66 started as a competitive, it was an alpine ski club basically. Tom had been one of the top competitive ski racers in the United States. So Tom Cochran was from, initially grew up in Canada, but he was an American. Went to prep school here in the Northeast, became a skilled skier in the prep school, and then went to Dartmouth College and was ski racing at Dartmouth College, which again has a lot of rich history as far as the formation of competitive skiing in the United States. And essentially Tom's graduating class became the U.S. ski team and was the team that was sent to the U.S. Olympics to represent the U.S. Tom was one of those people that got to compete, and I think he went to multiple Olympics, but I think that his best results were in 1964 in Squaw Valley, where he finished 4th in the GS, which at the time was the highest finish of any American in the giant slalom event. So Tom was very much attuned to ski racing, the ski race world. Tom then went to Aspen, Colorado and worked for the Aspen Ski Company, and part of his duties was to be the liaison between the ski club in Aspen and the Aspen ski area. And they were involved in hosting a lot of ski races and things of that nature. So fast forward to Waterville Valley, Tom's marketing approach to building the Waterville ski area and building its reputation part of it was to attract World Cup ski races. So in 1969, within 3 years after he had opened the ski area, he hosted his first World Cup race. At BBTS, again, it was a partnership between the ski area and BBTS, where BBTS provided the manpower to run the race, and Tom Cochran, made the deal and had the connections to get the race here, and that put in place. It brought a lot of snow sports families that were interested in ski racing in New England to Waterville Valley. Tom made sure that we had the best possible coaches that were available to train the kids. And the academy started by Tom. So initially it was Tom Cochran's idea to start Waterville Academy. And they had a building down in the town, which is currently the dormitory for Waterville Academy. And what Tom realized, which people were realizing at the time, was if you wanted to be a good ski racer, you had to, it was the kids that grew up in the mountains. Okay, all those European ski racers, they were all, kids that were in the mountains, and they grew up in the mountains and they got to ski every day. And the problem with BBTS at the time was most of the people, the vast majority of the people that were in the club, they were weekend kids. They were coming up on the weekends, they were skiing, they were getting good high-level training, but it wasn't enough to really excel at the sport. And they needed a vehicle to be able to train the kids 6 days a week. And so Tom came up with the idea, and at the time, we had some very young, very talented ski racers that really needed to train more frequently than they did. And so Tom started, at a very small basis, a tutorial program where kids were tutored in their homeschool system curriculum, were able to live up here for the winter and go skiing and have ski training access every single day. And that became Waterville Valley Academy. And then, of course, Tom had no interest in running a ski academy. He just wanted to have a ski academy associated with his ski area. So pretty quickly he turned to BBTS and said, would you be willing to operate this? And we said, of course, yes. We viewed it as part of the core mission of BBTS. So we started operating Waterville Valley Academy, and then within 10 years of that, he donated to us the building that houses the current dormitory.